Hey guys, I think I have everything to do this, but I am not sure at all. So don't critique me yet. I'm currently like washing all my makeup brushes and stuff like that, but I wanted to do another versus video and I had the idea to do Dewy versus Matte. How much fun is that? Like I've had a natural glam versus or a natural versus full glam. I've had drugstore versus high end, and now we're doing Dewy versus Matte. So I'm gonna draw my line. Face. So one side does have I have moisturizer on before I did that, but I'm going to do this side, which is gonna be my dewy side, with a spray. Eye primer. I'm not really into like the eye stuff, like shimmery and stuff like that, so I don't actually have shimmery eyeshadow primers. I'm gonna use the Jason Wu Beauty Wu Prime Eye Primer in Space White. The other side isn't, so it's not really that big a deal. Anyways, for the dewy side, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which is one of my favorite foundations for a dewy look, which you guys know. I just made a gigantic mess. I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte. This is not good for my skin. Definitely not for my skin type. I do prefer a more dewy look to my skin because I have drier skin. But like even on my hand, you can see how matte this is. It's very matte. I mean, it's good coverage. Like if you can get this to work for your skin, I'd say go ahead. But for me, this just ends up looking a little too dry and cakey. I bought this because Kathleen Lights, who has dry skin as well, loved this for her dry skin. So I'm sad that I didn't like it because I was like, man, I have dry skin and I want to love everything that she likes because she has dry skin. But that's just like goes to say, like, no matter what, everybody has a different skin type, whether we have the same skin type or not. Not the same products are going to work for all of us, and that's just how it is. Extra pat down with this, but nothing too serious. I'm going to go on this side with my cream. This is the Glossier Solar Paint in the shade Heat. I love using this. I am trying to use it up at the moment though, so take that information with what you will. Cosmetics Magic Candy Blush in the shade Frosting Coat. This is a cream blush, so it's obviously going to be more dewy. On both sides because I actually have a different routine going. I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay Endless Glow in 004 Opal. This is just my base highlight. I always use this. And Declutter coming in 2 days. So exciting. Alright, so concealer, I am going to use this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Rose. I really like this shade for me, and I've gone through probably half of this, honestly. No filter setting powder, which I know is kind of like a no-no when you're trying to do a dewy look, but I have to set no matter what because I make emotions. I am emotional. I make faces, so concealer and any cream product, if it's not set, is going to just move around. So I always set. Matte side, we're going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Concealer in Fierce Neutral. This is notorious for being matte, you guys. I'm going to already feel it starting to dry. I think if you work one eye at a time with that concealer, you can definitely make it work. And it's definitely a self-setting concealer. Like, I honestly want to do a full day wear test where I do not set that concealer and see how it is at the end of the day. Because I feel like it is a self-setting concealer. Go ahead and powder under my eyes with the same no filter powder. And I'm actually just going to powder everywhere because I'm not going to go in with my luminous powder that I like to use to blend, so I really want to have this like kind of caked on basically. Dry on the side of my face is not even crazy. Anyways, brow products, you know, it's the same thing. Dewy brow products? I don't know. Let me know if you know. I have two palettes. I do have the LA Colors Peach Fizz palette pulled out, and I have the Natasha Denona Cranberry palette pulled out. I know I'm going to use the Natasha Denona. So I'm going to just go ahead and take the two matte shades right here and do that on my matte side. I thought I was filming that. My Natasha Denona shades are just not blending very well on top of that Jaclyn concealer, like at all. This shade, and I'm going to use that to lift the brow because I do prefer a matte highlight on my brow bone. Even though this is a little dark, you know, we're working with what we're working with here. I'm going to apply that right here on the lid and just blend everything out a little bit better. This is the matte eye look finished. I want to go ahead and do the same crease colors on this eye, but I want to do something else. Like I want to do shimmery, obviously on the lid, the brow bone, everywhere else. Point out that the Natasha Denona shades blended so much better over here. Did not take as much building, and I did use some of my concealer on my lids to kind of revitalize my eye primer. I'm going to take that Daisy, I believe it's called Daisy, I don't know, this really pretty shade that I always reach into when I pull the cranberry palette out, because Mama needs some shimmer. I'm going to use, hi buddy, this shade from the Peach Fizz palette to lift my brow bone a little bit. There's really no other shade to brighten with in the cranberry palette, so I'm going to use that same shade, my inner corner. But I want to do something a little different, just a little, and take the two shimmer shades. I'm going to do both, I think, in the palette. And do a shimmery lower lash line. Because the whole point of this series is to show you guys different techniques, how they stack up against each other. And that's what I'm going to do. Pop and Naruto eyeliner in the shade Ninja Way because this is metallic. So here is the shimmer side. Let me know which side you guys prefer. Obviously, Jaclyn is dancing in the background. L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer in the shade Light is what I'm going to use for this side. For bronzer, it is more luminous. I actually have more luminous products because, again, I do cater to my skin type. So that's not surprising. I have the Maybelline City Bronzer, which is definitely more matte for this side, and this is in the shade 100. The City Bronzer up a lot more because of how much powder is on my face. I'm going to take the ColourPop Baby Cake, no, this is the Pressed Powder Blush in Text Me. This is the Pressed Powder Blush in Text Me. It is kind of like a similar shade to the Jeffree Star one, but again, because there's so much powder on my face, I have to layer it up. Okay, so matte side so far, dewy side. We are not doing a highlight on the matte side, clearly. But for the dewy side, we are going to use the Natasha Denona Pastel Plexi Glow Highlighter. I've got quite a dent in it, if you can see. But yeah, the whole point of this, I knew going into this video, I was not going to put a highlighter on this side of my face. So, you know, I am on my no-buy, so I wanted some inspiration, and I got it. Everything that I have is kind of somewhat dewy, but anyways, I'm going to take the ColourPop and Naruto Chakra Luxe Lip Oil for the dewy side. use my Milani Peony lipstick. Like not a matte, it's not like sucking, drying your lips out kind of a matte. It's a more comfortable natural matte, but it's fine. That's like the best that I have, so I made do with what I had. I am gonna go ahead and my puff, and I'm gonna blend out some powder over here. Well, I'm gonna blend the products over here with my Jaclyn Luminous Powder in the shade Do Me. Where we are at, we are gonna spray with this Gleam Light Rick and Morty, but we're only gonna set this side because it'll give me a dewier look, I guess. I am gonna put lashes on both sides so you guys can see the difference in the looks with lashes. And though they kind of look similar, this does have glimmer and this one is all matte. Using the Kiss So Wispy number 11 lashes, that's what's on this eye, and I'm gonna show you this eye. Kiss So Wispy number 11 lashes on the matte side. Let me know which side you guys prefer. I definitely feel better in this side, whereas over here I feel very, very, like I'm wearing makeup. Over here I can't really tell that I'm wearing makeup, but over here I can because I'm very powdered up, caked on. And again, I do have dry skin, so that's why. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, y'all.